Good evening, you're watching Bizworld. Media Prima Berhad today announced the appointment of Rafiq Razali as its Group Managing Director. Now, Rafiq has comprehensive experience in business development and strategic planning. His track record includes establishing and scaling startup companies related to digital and information technology. Rafiq has been at the forefront of the group's transformation efforts, having played a key role in the operational improvement and digitalization initiatives across all platforms since 2016. The group also announced the appointment of Razali Sabaruddin as Group Chief Financial Officer, effective immediately. Razali first joined Media Prima in 2012, where his scope of responsibilities included financial controller for Media Prima Television Networks and Primeworks Studios. Meanwhile, Chairman Datuk Sri Dr. Syed Hussein Al-Junid said the time is right to pave the way for a new leadership team. He also said both Rafiq and Razali have been pivotal in driving the group's positive results in recent months. Media players should post better comparative results in the second half of this year, primarily in the fourth quarter. This follows the gradual easing of COVID-19 standard operating procedures for fully vaccinated individuals and the reopening of the economy in the third quarter. Now, in its sector note, Kenanga Investment Bank Berhad said the resumption of film production would benefit creative industries, therefore helping to bump up their content creation segments moving forward. The research firm also noted that advertisement expenditure ADEX had a mixed impact on the media players based on the performance in the second quarter of 2021. Media Prima saw a 24% increase in ADEX, whereas 30% up in broadcasting and 16% in digital media. This could possibly be due to Media Prima taking a more integrated marketing approach for advertisers through the company's newly launched segment Omnia.
Resetting the economy, restoring the well-being and the prosperity of the rakyat, ensuring that no one is left behind, enhancing the nation's competitiveness, the enablers and game changers to achieve a high-income nation goal. The start of a new phase in Malaysia's development journey. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Economy, Datuk Sri Mustafa Mohamad, speaks with Money Matters this Saturday at 5 p.m. only on TV3.
Malaysians are getting more confident about travelling within the country. A survey by the Malaysian Aviation Commission, MAVCOM, revealed that 60% of the 1,000 Malaysians surveyed cited the lower cost of travelling domestically and the higher risk of exposure to COVID-19 when travelling internationally as the reasons for their preference. Meanwhile, 40% of the respondents prefer international travel, with Japan, China and South Korea being their top destinations. MAVCOM Executive Chairman Datuk Sri Saripuddin Kasim hopes industry players will continue making appropriate improvements to strengthen public confidence towards air travel. The survey also highlights key travel touchpoints within airports needed to be redesigned to incorporate crowd control, physical distancing measures, and routine sanitization. Consumers also expect airports to adopt digital technologies, including paperless travel documents and e-payment facilities for safety and smooth traveling process. Malaysia's fiscal deficit is predicted to reduce to 6.5% of gross domestic product (GDP) in 2022, down from 7% this year. UOB Global Economics and Markets Research reported the domestic economy would have recovered as Malaysia is transitioning towards endemic phase. Its senior economist, Julia Goh, said pending the passage of a higher debt ceiling at 65% to fund an additional 45 billion ringgit COVID-19 expenditure, the debt to GDP ratio is expected to remain below the new threshold at 63% next year. The firm expects the government to announce an expansionary budget with policies that attain long-term fiscal sustainability. This includes to enact the Fiscal Responsibility Act, broaden the revenue base, introduce Public Service Act and new public-private partnership blueprint. Meanwhile, new sovereign bonds and utilizing other reserves are expected to be issued to fund its expansionary budget next year. That's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Sabrina Zainal. Thank you for watching and stay safe.